Hello, welcome to another Feedback Friday. Hi guys, how are you? It's been a long time. I know. A lot has been happening, which you will find out in the post shortly, so don't worry about that. My job has changed. Health has been affected, so I've even been infected with COVID-19 recently. So a lot has been happening, so that's why I've disappeared for a little while. But I'm back with zest. I'm sure I'm allowed to say that. So basically today my guest is all the way from Montfort University. It's Leo, who is an international student, and he's from Italy, and he'll tell you all about himself. But basically the whole point of this Feedback Friday is this. United Kingdom is a fantastic study destination, and you need to know about that. Montfort University, I'm a very proud alumni twice from Montfort University, and I'm an authorised partner for the university. And so if you'd like a UK university admission, bachelor's or master's at Montfort University or any other university, all you need to do is DM me direct. Now, I'm going to introduce you to my guests. Without further ado, so here's my guest, Leo. Hi, Leo.
Hello.
How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. And I have
Good.
a lot of light today. It's a really
It's
nice
all good.
bright
We need
day.
vitamin D. We need the D. It's February. We need the sun. Okay.
Yes.
Right. So brilliant. So I'm just going to add this ticker screen underneath. So guys, if you need a consultation, if you'd like help with a UK university admission, I'm an agent. Okay. It's okay to say that word. An authorized partner for Montfort University. Just DM me direct. Right. His name is Leonardo, but we call him Leo for short. So tell me about yourself.
So I'm an international student here. I'm in my third year, and I
Yay.
wanted to be I'm here as an international representative. So I do represent all international students, bachelor, master student, so undergrad and postgrad that come here studying. And I'm from Italy. Thank you for your beautiful introduction. And I decided to come here to kind of like enhance my understanding of the arts, because I study performing arts, and at DMU within the arts is a really nice university in terms of creative sectors. All of our faculties are great, but in particular in terms of facilities, I really looked at DMU and I said, oh wow, there's a big studio. I'm coming here. So I'm really passionate about people's stories, and I'm really passionate about talking. So thankfully this is going to be brief, because otherwise I'm just going to continue for like 2 hours.
We don't we need guests like him? We need guests like him. Fantastic, brilliant. So tell me, this is serious face now. So basically, what's the title of your job at Montfort University Students Union?
So I'm the DSU, so the Montfort University Students Union International Representative. So what I do, I take care of all the international. There's also like a formal one, which is Liberation Officer. So we are volunteers. So we're not like the execs, but we take care of international students. We hear international students at the Students Union. Personally, that's my role. I hear international students. I support international students in their everyday life at university. We thinking about programs, so we're thinking about events with societies as well. But also my one thing that I'm trying to do this year is like bring back presence. So bring back the fact that you do have a representative. You do have someone that which is me. Sometimes it's weird to remember, but which is me, to make your voice heard, which is important. And you need to be recognized in a university. While I firmly believe that you need to be recognized during your degree, because there's a lot of support, in particular at DMU and in our students union, and I'm here for it, and in every step of the way. So that's what I do. I try to listen to what international students have to say, raise concerns on behalf of them, and then try to make their university experience the best one ever.
Fantastic. That sounds really good. I'm so happy. I actually bumped into Leo accidentally at the last open day. Do you remember? Yeah. So basically, I was like, I just went into his building and I said, look, I just needed to talk to a student because I deal with international students. And he goes, oh, that's me. That's my cup of tea. I remember. So basically, could you give me some examples of how you've actually helped international students? Because your introduction is fantastic. You represent them. You make their voices heard. Could you give me some positive or some examples of how you help?
Yeah, so in particular, we do have an international welcome week at DMU. So the first bit is all usually 1 week before freshers. That is where home students and everyone come together so it doesn't clash. And it's like an entire week. We start from the beginning, and it's an entire week in which students feel welcomed in Leicester. So we have like cultural days and like trips. And this is something that we do a lot of Students' Union. Personally, what I do is like what I did at the beginning is go in through like each faculties and talk to lecturers
Oh, wow.
or to faculty meetings about the importance of international students, because in my opinion we are a bit forgotten sometimes, in particular related to English. So I did a presentation, I remember, with the ADH, which is personally the my faculty, so Arts, Design and Humanities.
Yeah.
Telling them, obviously presenting it to the lecturers, say, you know, sometimes be sure of acknowledge international students in your class and double check with them more. So that's why an actual example of what I do, I try like to share awareness of that, and also supporting
Fantastic.
students with one-to-one sessions. I'm always, you can imagine that I'm really talkative as I am now, but yeah, I'm always like up for a talk or a chat about anything. I do have also an email. All international all officers have an email, so I always get in contact. There's a direct contact with students, and so I help the master students like talk to their student advice center. It's a lot of signposting, which is necessary sometimes to university when everything is so big. It might be incredibly daunting, but it is not, because that's why my role exists, and that's why not just me but also the other officers, because I'm the international officer, but there's a mature students officer, BAME officer, LGBTQ plus. There's a lot of inclusion and inclusivity and passion, I would say, for students here at DSU. So that's mainly what I do.
Brilliant. That's really, really reassuring. So what it is, Leo, that many people who will be watching this video are students, who are prospective students who'd like to study at a UK university. And it's fantastic to know that you are there. Leo, is it okay if I could give your contact details in the description box below? So students, if they'd like to contact you. Brilliant.
Absolutely.
I'll write that in later on for you. So basically, so you speak on behalf of the students. So there must be a channel, and you signpost students, which is great, because Montfort University is a huge campus. There's so many faculties, and there's like students from 130 countries are coming to study. So it's really good that we have someone like you there. Brilliant. So so that's from your side of things, which is great. So you said that at the beginning you do a lot of you have the welcome week. What about throughout the rest of the year?
So we do have a lot of like specific weeks. I'm thinking about anti-bullying week, or yes, Diwali, celebration of Diwali. There's DMU Pride, in which we welcome, you know. Oh, another thing that was like that we do a lot of like trips. We do a lot of day trips that are supported by International Office to discover United Kingdom outside of Leicester. Is something that, and something that I think like a lot of international students enjoy, because they're cheaper and they get to know UK culture with meeting other people. And also another thing that I love is the bodies, so the international bodies. So when at the beginning, the prospective students, you arrive, you're not alone. You're never alone. It may feel daunting, but you're paired up with another student that is gonna like help you settling up, and obviously you can request for that if you don't want it. It's not compulsory.
It's not compulsory, but it's
might
there.
It might be helpful. Exactly. Like in particular, there's an entire hub dedicated to mental health. So there's another thing that the Students' Union do, but a lot of events, a lot of like walking tours again, and there's also refreshers in January, because a lot of international students, in particular master students, come in January. So there's like the first intake and the second intake, and there's always a possibility. We have two big function rooms, and for example, during nighttime, they turn to a commercial club, or we use them like to have like fairs with like societies, international. There's an international students' day in January as well, and there's a lot of opportunities, and absolutely.
Brilliant.
And the thing is, like, personally, I always say myself, it's not just me. Like, you can get into like our process and tell us if there's something that you want to do or get involved, because I am your representative, but I'm also actively listening to what you are saying. So I feel
Mhm.
you as a student, or us, I feel like as students, are the most important thing. So you, I think there's this freedom at DMU in which at DSU, obviously more connected to the Students' Union,
Yeah.
of just uh, proposing things, and you'll be listened to.
You're up for ideas. No, that's really good. So basically, guys, if you've had that, so as Leah was saying, cheap trips. I mean, that is like a light bulb
Yeah,
moment. So, students, living costs are, as it is. So
absolutely.
if there's something that's cheap that's going on, that's great. So yeah, so definitely I'll signpost you to Leo. Also, like you said, he's very, very open. If you have suggestions as a student that you think, hold on, I'm missing home, I'd like to do something about it. Leo's your guy. He will actually help you to do something about it, bring the suggestions, and that's what he's here for. So he's here to make, isn't the logo or the what's the saying at Montfort, home from home? So
Yeah,
literally that's one of your job titles that you
yeah,
want to
yeah,
make
yeah, yeah.
feel at
Because
home.
I've been through it. Like I've
Mm.
been through in
You're being
first year.
through at now,
I know
right?
exactly the homesick feeling, and the kind of like even getting out of your apartment or meeting new people. It might be daunting, but one of my main advices would definitely be try and not being afraid of going out and do stuff, because you're
Mm.
not alone, and there are a lot of other people that feel exactly the way
The
you're
same
feeling.
way. Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
like, obviously, if you're closed in your bubble and you obviously say to yourself, "Oh no, no, I can't do it," you don't see it. But if you look around, there's like this,
So much happening.
yeah,
So
there's
much
so much
happening.
happening,
Yeah.
and there's also in a good way, like a lot of fear, but it's a shared fear. It doesn't, like, it feels lighter because it's
Yeah.
not just you. It's just like, in particular with international students, I would say it's we're on the same boat, and we are like, it's incredible, and it's an incredible exchange as well. That's why I've learned to be where I've learned in a UK universities. Such a beautiful multicultural country, that is just every second is something to learn, in my
Of
opinion. Every
course.
second, just like walking down the
Definitely.
street.
Definitely. I mean, going to university is an experience itself, but actually learning outside the classroom
Yeah,
is just as valuable, and it helps you towards, becoming more employable after graduation. So yeah, just many students, Leo, you're not the only one. Many students say just don't just focus on your classes, go to the classes because that's where you're paying for. But there's a lot
absolutely.
more to the university experience, which, you should take advantage. Brilliant. So, from a university point of view, if you don't mind, Leo, what kind of things are the university themselves doing apart from having posts like yourself? What are
So
they doing?
we don't have like one international office, but we have student
Okay.
advice centers, sorry, for each of the faculty. So and that's one, I would say, one way of getting some help, because they can send post you. But another one that I personally found incredible is personal tutoring. Each of you has a personal tutor during your studies,
Yeah.
and if you talk to this personal tutor, and I want to talk about personal tutor because I know that I didn't have it in Italy in my education system.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's just something that it's good to reassess, and something that I've spoken at the meeting with the ADH meeting I told you about. Because sometimes I feel like, oh, I don't need to ask for help because I feel like I'm failing.
Oh,
No, absolutely. Like in some culture, it's like that. Like I could like, no, I'm not. I don't need help. What's helping during my studies? I can do this. It's not that. Like the Montfort University, with we also have like a beautiful welcome guide, and there's also a lot of information that goes through these centers that can be obviously accessed by email, phone, or in
right.
presence, but also personal tutoring, which is one personal tutor for each student in faculties, and they're all trained to know exactly. Not everyone; they're not obviously geniuses of every single aspect of the universities, but they will signpost you to the
Right.
right office. We do have an international office, but it's mainly for connections with the incredible opportunities of DMU Global,
Yeah.
which I love because it gives you the possibility at DMU to have trips that are gonna enhance your curriculum or your university experience, and it really helps a lot because there's a bursary that is allocated to each student. So I know we are international students, so we come from
Yes.
a different background, but at the same
Yeah.
time, if you don't have the possibility to, afford the particular type of traveling, thankfully, DMU Global also helps it, and I love it. As an example, I'm a performing arts student. Obviously, the pandemic affected DMU Global a lot,
Last year.
but
Yeah.
they are specific for what you're studying. So I'm planning, if my application goes through, to go to Utrecht in the Netherlands
Oh,
to
nice.
assist to at a performing arts festival. So there's a
Cool.
lot. This is obviously specific for me, performing arts students, but there are a lot of other possibilities of possibilities of development in each area of study.
Fantastic. So, guys, if you had that, guys and girls, if you had, just to reiterate what Leo said, De Montfort University, they have this. I wouldn't say it's like a department. It's called DMU Global. It is a big deal. Seriously, we've had students going to visit the UN. We've got Leo, who he's actually applying to actually go to the Netherlands, and like he said, they provide a bursary, and he's an international student, and he's applied and is waiting. You need to let us know how you get on with the application. If you go, you must let us know. Okay.
In particular, because it's harder sometimes to get funding as an international student.
It is. So getting the bursary, that's a blessing. It's a blessing.
Yeah. So it's really nice.
No, that's every penny counts, as they say. Brilliant. Okay, so we're going to wrap this up now. So here we go. So good old age-old question. What advice would you give? It could be anything from your heart to international students wanting to study in the UK. In particular, obviously, we're biased, De Montfort University. But advice. Any advice would do.
Yeah, so I touched upon that. The most important thing for me that is do not be afraid to be yourself and to share your identity with all the other people. And if you don't feel you have an identity yet, I don't have it. It's just get around, meet people, and just explore what you might. At the beginning, there's a lot going on in the UK, in particular if you not use the big cities or everything, but there is a lot. It might feel daunting, but try step by step to understand, because you might discover something that you love forever. And another international student advice that I would do is look at societies and clubs. So apart from, it's really important to have a schedule, to have a schedule when you start studying, to understand the UK education system. We have at the Montfort University Library a lot of international English programs. Yeah, and they're free.
Sorry, it's the sun. Why do they come just when I'm doing this?
No. It's at least there's a bit of sun today. It's just we have English language classes, and not because obviously you don't know English. It's free.
It's free as well, isn't it?
It's academic English classes, so it helps you to just get better grades because you understand better academic English, which is a different way of writing than a diary, for example.
Writing, yes.
So but sorry, this is just popping my mind. But coming back to societies is a nice way to meet other people and to just discover new different hobbies, or to just continue your hobbies. We have sports and volleyball, even fencing, and then swimming, netball, a lot of them, and also other societies, the DMU Dance Society. I'm thinking about the Music Society and cultural societies. Specific ones, and religious societies. There's a lot. So if you go on the website of the DSU website, the Students Union, you can definitely have a browse of all the societies, and they're just really cheap. It's £2 or £10. It depends a year, just because obviously you are supporting students that are running these societies, but it's a really nice environment, and it's all within, the majority of them, university, so you don't need to go far. So that will be another one, but the last one would be just be yourself. DMU is an incredible place, in my opinion, because it's inclusive and understanding. And I mean, you when you wandered around Open Day and we met, we were talking about that. You can see it. You can feel it. The vibes, and we do a lot of the work with the United Nations as well, as you mentioned, and that's with the SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, and that's what DMU is working on, a new way of teaching. It's the Agenda 2030. it's Education 2030 to kind of like match it to the Sustainable Development Goal of education promoted by UN. So it is, I would say, like a developing university, which is something that, in my opinion, it's needed in a contemporary world, because we are changing. we are. It's not the world that it was 2 years ago. So having a university that adapts and continuously adapt is, I would say, like definitely a great thing.
Brilliant. It's the way forward, definitely. So De Montfort University, as you can see, Leo, he is working for De Montfort University Students Union as an international representative. He is here for you. His contact details will be written in the caption box or in the chat box, wherever I can put it after this, after I've uploaded this. But yeah, it just shows that De Montfort University, post-pandemic, they are moving on. And that's the way forward. The whole point is expect the unexpected. Get out of that door. Grasp your opportunities. They say, Leo, that university is actually one of the best times of your life. Grab it with both hands. So brilliant. So thank you so much for your time, Leo. I know it's a Friday and, your time is valuable. Thank you so much. I wish you all the best. Let us know how you get on with that DMU Global application. Okay.
Yes, definitely.
Brilliant. Thank you again, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye. Brilliant. So that was Leo from De Montfort University Students Union. He's the international representative. Look, how cool is that? De Montfort University have their own, they're actually paying someone, Students Union, for someone to represent you guys, okay, international students. De Montfort University value international students. And that is why, as you can see, Leo is he's very passionate about his job, as you can see. He is happy. He goes to different faculties. He talks to the different faculties that teach them, train them, tell them what students want, okay? His details will be written in the caption. I promise that will happen. Now, what's that got to do with us? Well, as I said before, if you'd like a UK university admission, whether it's De Montfort University or at another, not a problem. You just DM me direct. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.